Numbers play a fundamental role in how we understand and make sense of the world around us. From a very young age, humans start learning to count and quantify objects and concepts. However, numbers are much more than just mathematical tools. They carry profound psychological associations and meanings that shape our perceptions, attitudes, and behaviors in powerful ways. This relationship between numbers and the human mind is the subject of study in the field of numerical cognition and the psychology of numbers. The origins of number sense. Before delving into the psychological impacts of numbers, it's important to understand the evolutionary origins of our number sense or numerical abilities. Numerous studies across cultures have shown that even babies and primates possess rudimentary numerical skills, suggesting that number sense may be an innate, evolutionary adaptation. Distinguishing quantities and understanding numerical differences would have provided a significant survival advantage for our ancestors in tasks like tracking food sources, potential predators, or navigating their environment. This core number sense forms the foundation upon which more advanced mathematical skills are built. Many people exhibit a preference for even numbers, perceiving them as more appealing or luckier than odd numbers. Odd numbers are sometimes seen as irregular or imperfect. Across cultures, certain numbers like 7 or 8 are considered luckier than others. These associations often stem from numerical patterns, religious beliefs, or linguistic factors linking the number to positive concepts. The pseudoscientific belief that numbers have influence over events in human affairs underscores the psychological power numbers can wield. Numbers like 13 or others spell bad luck, avoidance, and even fear, triskaidekaphobia, for some, illustrating how numbers shape irrational beliefs. Performance effects of number markers. Mere exposure to certain numbers can also influence cognitive performance and real-world behaviors through psychological priming and stereotypical associations. For example, seeing the number 7 has been shown to improve performance on subsequent tasks requiring analytical thinking, likely because 7 is seen as a smart number stereotypically. Conversely, being exposed to the number 5 tended to worsen performance on such tasks. Numerology, names/words numerically coded, and significant dates/numbers all speak to the almost mystical meanings and portentous properties humans ascribe to digits and numerical values. While irrational from a scientific view, the human tendency to perceive numbers as having deeper meanings may relate to cognitive efforts to impose order and logic on an inherently chaotic, uncertain world. Numbers offer a sense of predictability and control that proves psychologically reassuring. Culture, language, and number cognition. While humans likely share an innate primitive number sense, the meanings people derive from numbers show substantial cultural variation. Language and linguistic representations critically shape how numbers get psychologically coded. In languages like Mandarin or Hebrew that represent numbers with actual word concepts, those linguistic metaphors impact how smoothly people acquire precise number knowledge and how they mentally organize that information. Synesthetes automatically map and experience numerals onto individualized spatial orientations, with numbers evoking vivid perceptual experiences of colors, textures, or precise locations arranged in distinctive imagined forms. While rare, this ability provides a fascinating window into how readily the abstract notion of numbers becomes concretely psychological and even sensory for some minds. It also demonstrates the tight neural linkages between numerical symbols and perceptual mechanisms in areas of the brain. The psychology of numbers underscores how these abstract mathematical symbols carry far deeper meaning and significance than rational calculation alone. Shaped by evolutionary forces, cultural contexts, embodied cognition, and personal experiences, numbers acquire complex psychological representations and symbolic associations. These impacts manifest in how we intuitively respond to numbers, the judgments and behaviors they shape, and the broader social meanings and identities numbers come to represent. For something intended to be an objective measure of quantity, the psychology of numbers reveals them as profoundly subjective, colored by the peculiarities of the human mind. By better understanding this rich number psychology, we gain appreciation for the powerful cognitive mechanisms underpinning even our most rational numerical abilities. It allows us to recognize the deeper roots of number superstitions, phobias, and other irrational beliefs people hold. And it highlights the immense human capacity to psychologize, giving abstract symbols and patterns deeper meanings that may have once helped our ancestors make sense of their worlds.